Alright, so I'm going to be doing a standard tuning method for this. I'm pretty sure he's in like some sort of drop tuning, but just for accessibility purposes here, keep it simple. I'm just going to be, making everything work as best as I can with just a standard tuning. So we'll have the E, A, D, G, B, E, and I think it works pretty well for the most part. Don't really have to give up too many things. Maybe some drone notes here and there, like some octave things happening, but for the most part, we'll give it a shot here. So the intro, it's kind of that real faint, maybe like an unplugged electric or something. But we're just going between two chords. It's kind of the chorus chord initially, which is this C major 7 with kind of like a G bass note vibe over the top. We start here with just fives on the D, G, B, and the 7 on the high E. And with this, it's kind of like we strum 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's like something like that, just kind of shuffling through it. All right, and then we just come off to a C, just part of it, with like the G bass note on top, which is just the fives on the D, G, B, and like an open high E. So we're just going. Something like that. All right, once the verse gets going, we switch to this C major 9, but it's kind of an unusual thing because like the bass is doing an E note over the top of it. So I guess you could call it some kind of funky E chord if you wanted, because the bass is hitting the E, but really it's just kind of like a C major 9 with an E over the top. So we're just going to worry about like the 3A, 5D, 4 on the G, and then just 3 on the B and E. Okay, and the bass is kind of hitting an E, but if you want to throw that in, it's up to you, but really just worry about the 3, 5, 4, and the 3s here for the C major 9. And it's just a shuffling strum here, like a hit it once, couple times, 1, 2, 3, and just repeat that twice. Something like that. Just playing around with it. There's nothing super like absolute locked in. It has to be exactly that way. It's just a light, just shuffling vibe. And we go through that one a couple times, and then we move to just a D chord, and we want this F sharp over the top here. Alright, so you can do something like that. I kind of like to just pretend it looks like B minor 7. That's how I do it. So you might hear me like accidentally hit like the B note, but you don't want that. I just kind of make that shape because it's easier for me to get to, because I'm a lot more used to that shape. So just kind of like hitting the 2s on the G and the high E. We want the 3 on the B, and then that 4 on the D, right? So you just heard me hit that B. You don't want that. Just hit the D string down. Okay, 4, 2, 3, 2. Same kind of strum, and then we just come off to like a big G5, and it'll kind of look like a D on the top of it, but just hit like the open D, G, and then the 3 on the B and E. And we carry this one out twice as long as the other two, so about 4 times through. Okay, that type of deal. And you just cycle those 3 chords for the verse. We get to this kind of long string of chords for the pre-chorus here. We come up high. We want this higher voiced C add 9. So the 10 on the D, 9G, 8B, and then we want this 10 on the high E. That's kind of like the note that we really want to make clear. It's a C add 9, so if you don't like that, you can just do a normal C add 9. Up to you. But the voicing on this, you really want that high stuff. Same type of strum as we were doing the other chords, really, just that loose shuffle. Carry this one out a couple measures. Then we move over to a D6 look, so just open D, 7s on the G, B, and E. Okay, now we want like a C6, so just hit the 5s on the D, G, B, E. Ends up with like a G on top, but no big deal. And we just hit this, we strum around on this, and then we just kind of like intermittently, like sporadically throw in like this 8 on the B to toggle between like a C and C6. And you can just stay on it a little bit towards the end. Alright, so just playing around with that for a couple measures there. Maybe even longer, maybe like 3-4 measures for that one. And then we go back and forth about 4 times with the C6, so just 5s on the G, D, B, E, that same chord we were using. And we just hang out there for a couple measures. Then we make it a G major 7 by just keeping that 5D and then 7s on the G, B, E. A couple measures on that. And like I said, just back and forth between those two chords, the 5s to the 5 with the 7s. Go through that about 4 times. And then for the chorus, it's pretty simple. We just hang on one chord, and it's that very first chord from the intro, that C major 7 with the G on top, which is just 5 on the D, G, B, and then the 7. Alright, and we're just staying on that. That's all we do, is we just hit it like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, bang, bang. Alright, you should be all set there, because all the other parts just kind of loop, and you're all set.